going on, everybody? Welcome to another edition of the NBA Slate Starter podcast. I'm Eric, joined with my buddy Ryan as we break down Mondays. Check this out. 5-game NBA main slate on DraftKings, 6-game NBA main slate on Yahoo, our sponsor, as well as FanDuel, which graciously decided to finally post their contest at infinity o'clock here. We're coming to you right at halftime here of this Kansas City Steelers game. Think we got the puzzle figured out for exactly what's going on with NBA. There's going to be a lot of basketball throughout the entire day. I believe the NBA DFS strategy show that is going to cover every game for every slate. Best of luck to those guys doing that. But we're concerned about this main one. Ryan, how's your football weekend going? And how's your NBA? Well, you took the NBA weekend off, I believe.
Yeah, I chose. Buddy texted me around the evenings like, hey, you want to grab dinner? And I was like, do you want to grab dinner or worry about late swapping on a frenzy Saturday? I chose to grab dinner. And enjoy.
Oh, you didn't bring the laptop? He's not that kind of a friend?
I wouldn't. I just wanted to enjoy like a nice dinner. And so I haven't done the laptop in like a public dinner setting. I've done it in breakfast out on the West Coast for MLB stuff, but I try to avoid that. And I try, but you know, sometimes you just got to do your thing. But outside of that, I'd say it was a fun weekend. I can't complain. I didn't have to worry about late swapping, which was nice. But when there's so much money pumped into these NFL prize pools, it's tough to fade the NFL contest, even though I feel like I donate every week. But, you know, here we are.
I thought I was going to smash. We were on NFL Live before lock doing the Giovanni Bernard dance, and we made a thing. We absolutely did it. Matt Kajewski, Matt Savoca, and myself, I was just all about it. I thought it was pretty uncertain. But yet, I rostered all the Darrell Williams and all the land, which should have probably embraced that variance too, because Jerick McKinnon confirmed broke the slate. So there's that. It's on to Monday night's game. So check out all the content we have for that. Arizona and LA. That'll be a fun one, obviously. And then we have our NBA slates, which are going on nonstop. I looked at the showdown board and got a headache for tomorrow. I can't imagine what the grind could look like if you just have the entire day, which, you know, obviously we do, Ryan. You're going to be playing a lot of showdown tomorrow too.
Yeah, I'm going to have to pick and choose my spots. It's a long day. There's another massive NFL tournament with the NFL Monday night debut playoff game, capping off their super wild card weekend. So, yeah, I'll be playing a lot of slates. MLK Day is always fun. Unfortunately, we miss out Dame Lillard on MLK Day. Dame Lillard on MLK Day, historically, I think averages 55 per game. Real life points, yeah. We missed out on that. He is he's the MLK king.
But CJ McCollum's coming back. That's fun.
Yeah, and we'll get to roster him. Hopefully I don't know what their minutes limit coming up from a collapsed lung. He's a new father as well, so a lot of narratives for him.
Oh man, CJ McCollum, Lehigh's finest. Let's get to it. Ryan, you ready to get going?
Any good stories of CJ McCollum at Lehigh? Because I know you do.
I definitely do. Have I told you this story before?
You have.
Oh, okay, good. I was just making sure that I don't think I could share that one here. CJ McCollum, good for you, buddy. Good for you. That's all I'm going to say. You guys could use your imaginations. You ready to get to it?
Are you saying you'd be a horse in another life?
Might have been a horse. Of course. You're ready to get into this sleep, my buddy.
Let's knock this out.
Oh my God, Luka Doncic 10-7. I'm so glad that I told you that story because again, it's not a story that it's a pretty great story. I'll tell it one day. If you guys smash the like button, leave us 5-star reviews, I'll give you my CJ McCollum story because it's
maybe we'll do it on Tuesday's show. But it's a story. It's on there, and it's if you do go to work with your kids, it's time to put the volume on mute, drop them off, and turn it back on out.
Yeah, it will be an NSFW show. That is for sure.
In caps.
God. I'm hyping this up so much. Who is Allegretti? Who is that? Is he like an offensive lineman or something? I have no idea who that is, and he just caught a touchdown from Mahomes. Who is that?
They must have waved out the Tyreek touchdown and made it into a offensive lineman.
I hate football. Let's go to the top end of guard here. Luka Doncic, 10-7. DeJounte Murray, 10K. Lillard, out. Russell Westbrook, 9,400. Fred VanVleet, 9,300. I just want to talk about CJ McCollum the rest of the show. 8,500. He's not on the injury report. you got to assume coming off of a collapsed lung or whatever the hell we had going on. It was a freaky situation, but it's conditioning that was why he was out. I mean, are we going to just slot him in for 30 minutes? If you hear minutes limit, sweet. But if I don't hear anything, if he plays his normal allotment, 8,500 with no Damian Lillard is a smash. Talk to me about the top end of guard.
On
DK.
What do you use your lungs for, Eric?
Breathing.
Yeah, I'd be a little concerned to go to CJ McCollum coming back to NBA game speed. Yes, they are professional athletes, long extended absence. I love rostering CJ McCollum with no Dame Lillard. It's always been a fun go. He honestly is a mid 9K, mid 9K player without Dame Lillard. But coming back from a collapse lung, I'd be willing to look elsewhere at the guard position on DK.
It's such a weird sentence to hear out loud now that I've heard it. No, being that he came off a collapsed lung, I'm probably going to pass. Yeah, that's probably the right decision.
Yeah, I know it's pretty appealing, but he might be low owned, and if you strike that he's back and whatnot, yeah, I think it could obviously work out for you. It's CJ McCollum with no Dame, but I'd be a little cautious there. If it was like some other like upper body injury, like your arm or something where he's like been conditioning during his off time, yeah, go for it. But being a lung where it's a respiratory thing where he's
that's like COVID too. You know what I mean? Like you're not going to come back until the conditioning was there. The conditioning's there. I'm just waiting. I'm assuming we hear minutes limit and then you just don't play them. But in the event that you hear 28 minutes, 30 minutes, I think there's at least a conversation that needs to be had.
No, definitely. And I think you can definitely spend up for DK. Luka Doncic against an OKC team, all about that. DeJounte Murray keeps smashing. Keep in mind, tough Phoenix matchup. I'll be looking away. Don Mitchell and Lakers. I think Donovan Mitchell versus the Lakers is a great tournament option in this game. I think the ownership will be definitely pretty there for where people want to target that matchup. Now, spending down a little bit, I think we can definitely consider in the mid tier a guy like Jalen Suggs. His minutes are coming back in a Portland matchup at $4,800. I think he's a pretty solid value play. I have no issues going to that. In the other options, I think Derek White, 6,500. I know it's a tough Phoenix matchup, but I'm about it. I like that Orlando-Portland game, even though both the Orlando guards and Suggs and Cole Anthony stick out to me. And I think it's not the greatest in terms of guard value on DK right now, the way things stand, but it's a very moving situation. Teams potentially on a back-to-back like Phoenix. Just keep an eye on the situation, what happens there. Phoenix really doesn't tend to rest guys. They're pretty well-conditioned and have been pretty good all season long. So Cole Anthony, Suggs are great. I'll be willing to take some chances on Don Mitchell and Chris Paul as well.
Okay. I think that kind of covers it. Once again, on DK, we don't have that Milwaukee game, the Milwaukee and Atlanta game. So just keep that in mind. Now we're going to move over to these other two sites. So every time we do, we're going to be adding Milwaukee into the fray, which kind of adds a different layer, especially because you obviously get a stud like Giannis, guy like Chris Middleton, Trae Young, a number of these pieces that are just going to make a lot of sense to play there because you can't get exposure to them in a main way on DK. Let's jump to FanDuel then. Luka, 10-4 there. DeJounte Murray, 10-2. Then we've got Trae Young, 9,600. Fred VanVleet, 9,300. I think for me, it gets really appealing here. 8,200 Donovan Mitchell against the Lakers. 8,100 Russell Westbrook, who, God, I don't even know what to say anymore. There are not enough adjectives to describe the badness. Is that badness? Is that what we're experiencing with Russell Westbrook?
Oh, it's been awful to the point where LeBron James had to send out a tweet to all Laker Nation saying that we will be better. So if you're looking for a narrative for this Lakers team, it's the LeBron James "we will be better" tweet to all of their faithful. But
I'll just roster him because he's one of the best basketball players ever. How about that?
Dang, I'm just looking for narratives. I don't know. Come on, man.
You're just digging. I like it. I respect the game. Another touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 31-yard touchdown pass. That was quick. 35-7.
That was very, very quick.
Like literally 2 minutes have gone by in the third quarter. It's absurd.
Yeah, it's the KC season for you. They're back. But looking at the point guard, shooting guard options on FanDuel, I mean, definitely love Donovan Mitchell at that price tag. It's tough to ignore 8,200 against Lakers matchup. Other guys who stick out, I know Russ Westbrook has been awful, but he has to turn this around, right? Is he this bad? Is he an 8,100 player? He's actually playing like a $5,100 player, but there will be a game where Russ pops off, and if he's going to be very low owned, which I think there might be, I'll be willing to take some chances on him. Jimmy Butler is back. He had that game winner the other night, 9,100, in a Toronto matchup. I like going there. We touched on Luka. He's obviously a great spend up option. No issues going to him. I do like going to Middleton, $8,300 in Atlanta matchup. I've been above the field on Middleton pretty much even with no Drew Holiday. I know the projections always don't love him in terms of a value play yet, but I do think he's you can definitely take your chances of getting above the field like him. I think the upside of 50 plus is always there when one of the big three are missing for Chris Middleton.
Campaign. This has just been brutal trying to make Campaign a thing, but he played 31 minutes there against Detroit. If they blow anybody out ever, you got to assume he gets more runs. San Antonio, DeJounte Murray's good, but like, would it shock anybody if they blew him out? Cameron Payne got a little extra run. He's around a fantasy point per minute guy. Campaign, just a cheap flyer, 4,300. Any interest there?
Probably not. I think I gotta look elsewhere. I think if he's going to be popular, I think that's a great pivot, finding some other guys there. I will not be partaking in the campaign in the membrane. Yeah, that's kind of it. Anything else for you from TK? No.
Or sorry, from FanDuel? Same place. Whatever. I want to talk about our sponsor, Yahoo, anyway. Let's go to the guard over there. Luka Doncic, $49. DeJounte Murray, $47. Young is $45. Fred VanVleet, he's $40. We've got Donovan Mitchell there at $37. Russ Westbrook, $37. I've been rostering him a lot. I'm not going to roster him on Yahoo. He's actually better to roster on FanDuel now, which is so weird to say out loud. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, 36, coming off of, what is it? Oh, yeah, he had an explosion on the 13th. That was 2 games ago now, but 62.5. I mean, he's had some massive games here, playing on the other side against Luka. This could be an interesting tournament spot to take a stand with a guy like him. Obviously, with CJ McCollum back, Anthony Simons, thanks for all the memories. It was a lot of fun while it lasted. As we go on, we will remember all the times that we had together. Vitamin C. Ryan, talk to me about guard on Yahoo.
Yeah, the guard position over there on Yahoo. I mean, we'll see if they have any signature contests, but spending up, I mean, it makes a lot of sense to just go to Donovan Mitchell at that $37 price tag. It's tough for me to go there, not to go there. Spending it for D-Book is a pivot off of him, but I think you can find a way to get in both. $32. And Luka's obviously on the table. No issues going to him or Trae Young here, but other guys who stick out at their price tag, I think you can take chances on a $10 campaign here. $10 does open things up, especially on Yahoo. Other guys who you can take, I mean, DeJounte Murray's matchup proof at this point, the way he's been running the show over there. But outside of that, not many guards that stick out at their price tag, honestly. We've been seeing DiVincenzo play more and more minutes. He's also a $10 play if you want to take some chances. And if you're looking for a $10 play on Yahoo, I don't really have much else to add. I think everyone else is pretty priced appropriately, barring any news. You can always take a chance on Jordan Clarkson, low-owned tournament guy, Utah on a back-to-back. Doubt they rest anyone, but they could. And it could open up things for Clarkson. But I was just looking for a tournament guy with serious upside, and Clarkson is definitely one of those.
Well, if you're looking for a site with serious upside, there's only one place for you. That is our sponsor, Yahoo. Check this out. 1 free month of Awesemo plus Platinum. You've probably heard me talk about this if you tuned in before, but if you have not, if you're still one of those people holding out saying, I will not play on Yahoo, reconsider, because you get 1 free month with $10 or more. You deposit $10, you play in any paid contest over at Yahoo, and you get a free month of Awesemo plus Platinum. $129 deal, completely free to you for that month. Check it out. The water's warm over here. You'll enjoy it, whether it's NFL, NBA, PGA, MMA, NASCAR showing back up here too. So many great offerings over here at Awesemo, and you'll get all of it for free just by trying out Yahoo. So definitely be checking it out. Stop guessing, start winning. Join us here, but do it through this Yahoo promotion. Thank you so much for being the sponsor of the Slate Starter podcast. But man, bet lowest rake you'll find on any sites. Phenomenal NFL offerings for tomorrow as well. Go check it out. Ryan's over there. He's doing pretty good in the single game contest over there, I would say. But there's still a lot of money to be made for everybody involved, not just Rinpack. So go over there, go beat him in some stuff. That sounds fun. Right, Ryan?
Yeah, or take second. I'd like to take first, but
okay.
Today the single game contest didn't really work out. No Jerick McKinnon, honestly. I didn't go there on Yahoo as much, but hey, go figure. If you landed on him, you're sitting pretty.
I thought I was sitting pretty with Gio Bernard, but I'm a fish, and there you go. Whatever. Forward over on DK, a site without Milwaukee, Atlanta. We've got Jimmy Butler 8,900. He's going to be mega popular with no Kyle Lowry. So just throwing that out there. So be prepared. Jimmy Butler 8,900 is going to be your chalk spend up of all chalk spend up. Kristaps Porzingis 7,900 there for him. I know how much you love to roster this guy. First game back in 2 weeks. It was nice to see 28 minutes right out of the gate. There was a little bit of a blowout. I'm going to head to popcornmachine.net, take a look and see if he ended up playing a last rotation or if that was just kind of the game plan for him. But 30 plus minutes of Zinger is appealing in any matchup, especially if it's OKC, because they suck. We all know that. Josh Giddey, 7,100. He doesn't suck, though. 7,100 for him. He can spike some upside. I just don't know if I can pay that for him when you have Shea still existing in the world. And then the Norman Powell situation, we'll be waiting on that. He's questionable coming off of COVID, but CJ McCollum back, probably no point in taking that shot whatsoever, but there might be something to mine out from Portland as a deep flyer in tournaments. I can tell you one thing, though, 6,400 for Robert Covington, sure ain't it for me. Talk to me about the top end of forward over on DK.
Yeah, the top end of forward is honestly pretty gross. No one exactly like I'm looking to be that excited to go to. I mean, you land on Porzingis in OKC matchup, fine. He can definitely light it up in 28 minutes. No issues there. And Jimmy Butler obviously has tournament winning upside, but he doesn't really grade out that well. My eyes especially just jumped to Jalen Smith. I think DeAndre Ayton is going to be set up to miss the game as he left the game today with an injury. And if Jalen Smith can get some extra minutes, potentially, that could work out for him. But that's honestly one of the value options to consider. Let me make sure I read this correctly. I think another guy you can take your chances on is a Dorian Finney-Smith OKC matchup. I know it's just a minutes play there. He's not super exciting, but he can definitely get rebounds, shoot the three-point bonus over there on DK can work out. Keldon Johnson, another one. It's a tough Phoenix matchup, so I always kind of stay away, but it could definitely work out. Scotty Barnes is cheap enough now at 6,300 where there's an upside to be had. He's recovering from a leg injury. I think it's bothering some. He did not play the back-to-back, so they are just monitoring his minutes on the games he plays so far. So just monitor that situation.
All righty. Heading over to FanDuel. We're going to keep it rolling here for you. Giannis, 11-3. Once again, you have this game locking at 6 p.m. Eastern time. You can play some Giannis. I would recommend doing such things. LeBron James, obviously coming off of Tweetgate or Complaingate or whatever the hell you want to call it, gate. People put gate at the end of things all the time now. It's just what happens. They have been doing it for decades now. Jimmy Butler, 9,100, super popular. Chris Middleton, 8,300, less popular. Same thing, Tyler Hero, 7,300. I think there's a path for him without Kyle Lowry, but Jimmy Butler, just a far more meaningful issue for him to overcome. But I think in tournaments, you can always take that shot. OG Anunoby, though, 6,300. I don't really know what to make of this dude. He just finally goes off. Oh, yeah, but I couldn't play NBA yesterday, so F you for finally playing well when I can't roster you. I hate basketball, too. Talk to me about the top end of forward over on FanDuel.
Yeah, top end over there and forward on FanDuel. Things are going to be a little different. Obviously, another game being added and another stud resulting in that situation. But looking at top end, Giannis is an amazing play against Atlanta. I have no issues going to him or LeBron James. It makes a lot of sense to take your chances with one of those guys. Spending down a little bit, Scotty Barnes. I like 5,600 Scotty Barnes. I think that's pretty rock solid. Even his teammate Gary Trent Jr., I believe, is questionable. So if he plays, I don't mind a 5K Gary Trent. Other guys who are pretty cheap, similar, Keldon Johnson and Finney-Smith, definitely you can go there. Not interested in Robert Covington. How do you feel about Gallinari 4,400? We saw some extra minutes with Bogdanovich potentially, but it's cheap. It's just looking for upside.
Yeah, these Atlanta forwards are just tough. I think what's really going to happen, I mean, I started with the small forward position. Again, there's no bracketed way to just kind of have all the forwards ensembled unless you go in Fantasy Cruncher. Nothing's updated anyway, so don't really need to worry about that. Plus, you have so many things that are inactives. It's really kind of a waste of time to try to go too nuts with it. When we're talking you through some of these processes, it's like, what are the big pieces of news you're waiting on for the slate? I think we've done a pretty good job laying out those. What are the big differences between site to site to site? Well, we've got Bobby Portis, who's eternally going to be 50% owned again tomorrow, 6,300. Just make him 7,500 so I can stop rostering 50% of this dude or 100% of this dude. I mean, it's impossible to get away from that. So anytime you're rostering somebody like Danilo Gallinari for, $2,000 less, it's so weird because Bobby Portis is just going to always project out so much better point per dollar.
Yeah, and I think he's a pretty elite play over there. Monitor the Ayton situation. Jalen Smith might become a pretty elite play as well.
Oh, yeah.
So keep an eye on that situation.
He got pointed at by Cade Cunningham. How about that for a narrative?
4K for Jalen Smith. I did see that. He got tossed for that too, which is annoying. It was the talk of Pistons Twitter. I'll tell you that. And Pistons Twitter does exist.
It's a quiet place.
Oh, yeah.
It's four people in a back room. They're not even tweeting. They're just.
It's been quiet ever since they traded away Chauncey Billups for Allen Iverson. I'll tell you that. But other guys, I think targeting that Utah Lakers matchup is pretty appealing. I think Bam Adebayo is set to return. So the Miami front court rotation is going to change up again. So he's 7,700. I forget what injury Adebayo is returning from.
The Bam is? Wasn't it like a week shoulder or something? Again, he's back in our lives. So yeah, your would become
thumb surgery. So yeah. I'm not worried about conditioning. I would expect full minutes from Bam Adebayo at 7,700. So that's something you can definitely consider.
Sign me up for that. That seems like a lot of fun. Again, power forward. You can play him over there. Going to be a lot easier. You don't have to give up the center spot. Although we'll get to it. Center spot isn't exactly something that I'm beating down the bush to try to roster tomorrow. That's for damn sure. Let's head to Yahoo. Top into forward. Giannis $56 there. LeBron $55. You got to pay for nice things on Yahoo. They do it right. Kristaps Porzingis 41 there. Jimmy Butler 41. Chris Middleton 34. Then you get into kind of the value territory here. Scotty Barnes at $25 really stands out as somebody that you can definitely rely upon there. But God, it gets gross in these teens, that's for sure. Who are some of your favorite savers, money savers? Because obviously you can always pay up for Giannis and LeBron the ceiling, although they are luxury items on Yahoo tomorrow.
Yeah, they are extreme luxury items for sure. 55, 56. Ooh. But I do think there will be enough value to get one of those guys in. Mm-hmm. John Collins in a Milwaukee matchup. Capella, I believe, is out tomorrow. So you might sprinkle some minutes with Collins at the 5 along with Zhang and Okongwu. But I like Middleton a lot at 34. I think Devin Vassell or DeAndre Hunter are spend down options at $13 along with Gallinari. I see that's about it. Doug McDermott's $10 if you're looking for a $10 guy. It's tough. It's tough out there spending down on Yahoo. Pat Connaughton's $10 as well, so it's tough. Yeah, Mckell Bridges is 14. The minutes are solid for him. Can rack up steals and blocks, so don't mind that. And if there's no Ayton, Jalen Smith is $13.
All righty, let's round it out. Top end.
If there's no DeAndre Ayton, if there's no DeAndre,
yes,
Jalen.
Good stipulation.
Yeah.
Because Twitter would have came at you. YouTube chat would have came at you. Comment section would have been litty. All of the things. To the top end we go. LeBron James 10-9. Anthony Davis out. Pascal Siakam. Now we can really start. Oh my God. Hold up. I didn't mean to gloss over this. LeBron James is center only on DK.
I noticed that since we haven't touched since his name on DK. They didn't want to like give him everything. They just made him center only.
Oh my God, this is going to be such a pain in the ass.
I'm excited. Center only LeBron.
You are what you are, I guess, and he is a center in the modern NBA right now. Yeah. Dumbest thing ever. Get a better roster.
Yeah, it's him and JaVale McGee. I mean, that's the show over there. And honestly, anyone else, it's Gobert is available at 8,300. That's going to be a fun matchup. Gobert, LeBron, a little back and forth. But I think you can definitely go to Nurkic still against Orlando. I like $8,100 use of Nurkic. That's fine. But yeah, JaVale McGee going to be very, very popular with the Ayton situation. So JaVale show for sure.
There are no words. Yeah, so JaVale roster a ton of him. Bam Adebayo, 7,800. Shout out. I just like you, but power forward on FanDuel. Much more appeasing. Hey, let's head to FanDuel. Kristaps Porzingis, 9,400. Rudy Gobert, 8,600. That's kind of appealing. 7,700. Bam, we talked about him. Yusuf Nurkic, 7,500. If you get a limited CJ McCollum, I don't hate the idea of 7,500 Nurkic. Probably not going to be playing him over on DK, 8,100. But I think I can get down with a little bit of Yusuf Nurkic in tournaments at 7,500. I think that could be a sneaky thing to do. Obviously, don't roster Mo Bamba playing like teens minutes. That's not fun. And JaVale McGee's going to be mega chalk at 4,900. But I'm just looking for a massive ceiling. I think $7,500 Nurkic might be a flag that I plant tomorrow.
Yeah, that's fine. But I think it's tough for me not to say $2,600 I'm good at McGee and try to get another stud in my lineup. But I won't fault you. That's a great ownership pivot. And center only on FanDuel where you need a roster one. Nurkic could drop 50 and McGee could put up a dud and you're there.
Or McGee puts up 35, but Nurkic puts up 50 and you have the other pieces.
Yeah, there are a lot of ways to get different elsewhere. It ends up happening what you do with the $2,500. You still have to get those right as you do every night, but it just eases your lineup construction up for sure. Jakob Poeltl, 6,200. Just going to be out there playing 30-plus minutes. Has upside at times to crack ceiling performance. So another guy you can consider as well.
All righty. I really have nothing to add. Again, it's so clear-cut what you're doing on these sites for center. You're playing a lot of McGee. Rudy Gobert, $39 over on Yahoo, our sponsor. Pascal Siakam, $39 as well. Yusuf Nurkic, $35. I mean, that's just why you need to be price sensitive to stuff. But then it gets appealing for me. Bobby Portis, $25. I think at least makes a conversation piece there. But once again, $13 JaVale McGee, just roster him.
Yeah, it's JaVale show yet again. Class of the slate, pretty much. That's like the biggest takeaway I have right now. With no Capello, been seeing a weird center rotation there in Atlanta. I don't mind going to a Bobby Portis at $25. I think he's fine to go to. And then Nurkic is going to be a very contrarian option at $35 for sure. So it's going to be interesting. And the Omer Yurt 7 deserves a tremendous round of applause. I think he was an exceptional fantasy player at the time with no Bam Adebayo. It was a lot of fun to roster. I was very happy to be on some right side of his game. So he deserves a big round of applause. Shout out to Omer Yurt 7. Some really
this is like the death, like the thing at the Oscars. Like you didn't die. This is not the in memoriam.
I hope he gets minutes over Dwayne Dedman, but we'll see if that ends up happening.
He's better than Dwayne Dedman.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, I'm with you. My goodness, we flew through this one, 30-minute one. Again, we got to get this week started off right. There's a lot of moving pieces tomorrow. Be paying attention to lock times. They are different on different sites. I hope we made it pretty clear. 6 p.m. Eastern time lock for FanDuel and our sponsor Yahoo. DraftKings, 7 p.m. Eastern time. That's just for the main slates. Then there's afternoon games, there's morning games, there's night games. There's just so much going on. But we covered it. We covered the stuff that you need for the main slate. Ryan, any final words for the people as we get out of here?
Yeah, good luck, everyone. Enjoy the MLK Day of basketball action. Last day of the Super Wild promo, awesemo.com/promos. Make sure to grab that NFL Express Pass for only $1. It's a great offer. More importantly, good luck, everyone. Thanks so much yet again for supporting us. 5 stars across the board would be greatly appreciated. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
He's Ryan. He's super wild. I'm Eric. I'm super not cool or something. We'll see you later.